Hello and welcome back to Two Brunettes in Baltimore.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Tarah.
And welcome back for another episode.
We're back, baby! We've had such a week.
Literally so much has gone on.
From the SZA concert to our topic of the week, which is Baltimore Adventures Ghost Tours.
Yes.
And I don't know, work in between things like that. But
so much.
SZA was amazing.
SZA was so good.
Yeah, like she put on the show.
So good live.
Yeah.
Like her voice is like
the vocals
butter.
Yes. And even the visuals, the dancers, I loved it all.
It was unmatched. Like it was really,
she did a really good job.
It was cool because in the beginning she started because her album cover is she's sitting on like a diving board or whatever.
Yeah.
And
like overlooking a bunch of water.
Yes. Yeah. It was cool in the beginning because it looked like she jumped off of it into the water. We were like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
And the dancers were so good. Her vocals. Yeah. Oh, and she sang older songs. I was so happy. Yeah. Like some of my favorite songs. Oh my God.
But it was right over at CFG Arena, which they recently reopened. They were doing some renovations and everything. So I'm happy it's back. There's a lot of concerts. I'm going to the Travis Scott concert in December. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I'm happy it's back open. Like
it was nice too. Yeah. It wasn't I don't know, it was easy to navigate.
Yeah.
I didn't feel stressed.
And all of the staff there were so kind to us. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. It was overall really, really great.
Really fun. Yeah. We got merch.
We did. You
got a hat and I got a t-shirt.
And she had such a cute tote bag, but it sold out by the time we went there.
I know.
At the station we went.
Yeah, that was literally one of my favorite concerts. Yeah. That was so good. So fun.
And then people next to us were like, when I told this to you already, but when you have a concert that changes your life or a music festival that changes your life, that was theirs.
They were hardcore SZA fans.
Yeah, so it was really fun to be next to that energy because they were bringing it all.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I don't know, really fun. How was your week?
Good.
That? Yeah,
my parents visited last weekend.
That's so fun.
It was
Did they enjoy
much fun.
It?
Yes,
Good.
It was my dad the whole weekend just kept saying, "Oh, I love Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore's the best." And literally,
people are surprised by how great the city is.
And my mom and I kept making fun of him because the whole weekend it was so cute. Like he just kept saying it over and over again. And we had a day in Fell Saturday. It was really fun. And
how does he navigate the cobblestone in the wheelchair?
It's hard. Yeah,
it's probably just so bumpy for him.
It is. If he goes the way the cobblestones are facing, it's easy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not against it.
Uh-huh.
But he has this wheel that he got a couple years ago that you can attach on the front.
Okay.
And it's supposed to help you through grass and
good
different things. And he would sometimes put it on for 5Ks and things.
Okay.
But he didn't bring it or anything because he didn't think about it. But it was fine.
Okay, that's good.
It was kind of bumpy. But
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I showed them the farmer's market.
Oh,
they were
I'm
obsessed.
sure they loved it.
They were obsessed. We got so much stuff.
Yeah.
We got my uncle who was with Willow and Ma at home. We got him this whiskey, and then
was it the Sagamore one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I forget the brand.
Yeah, no worries.
Or the people's company.
Yeah.
Oh, it was women owned.
Oh,
kind
cool.
of
That's awesome.
Women run. I mean, it was a man at the farmer's market, but he was it's all women in this business or whatever. And then we got a bunch of little mojito drinks in cans.
That's fun.
I got some pumpkins for my apartment.
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute. She put the pumpkins out on the little ledge outside her apartment.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
I'm getting in the fall vibes. I don't know. I feel we got so much other stuff, and then I took my mom to Pilates. And
how did she like it?
She loved it.
Good.
She went once before with me, and she loved it again.
Good.
But it was funny because my dad was like, "Oh, I'll just hang around Fells, whatever, explore when you're in there." And then we come out of the class, and he's laughing, and he's like, "Did you see my texts in the family group chat?" We were like, "No, we were in the class." He's like, "Just look," and we're like, "What?" And then we look, and he went on a boat ride.
Oh my gosh! Was it the taxi?
I think it was like one of the taxis. And
that is so funny.
He was like taking videos and he was just living his best life.
Yeah.
And then he was like, in one video, he was like, "Goodbye, Baltimore," as it was like sailing away.
Oh my God. That is hysterical. I love that.
It was so fun. Oh, they loved Patango.
Yeah, Patango's so good.
We had the best avocado toast. Yeah. Like we got a cruffin. Croissant muffin.
Oh.
It's so good.
Was it?
It's
what like flavor?
And it's like vanilla on the inside, like a vanilla cream. It was so tasty.
Delish.
I
want to try that next time I go. Is it just crazy. In the pastry section? Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll have to look out for it and see if they have it.
Oh, and then I took them to Bayside for dinner.
Oh, nice.
The
How did
sunset
they like that?
was like so pretty.
And it was great weather.
Yes. The weekend was amazing.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we literally repeated like basically our same morning from the day before because we were like, let's go back to Fells, go to Patango.
Yeah.
So we did the whole thing again.
That's sweet.
And then they left. I worked 3 12s in a row.
Well, how were they? How is it
good
now compared? Like these were your first 3 12s in a row.
Yeah.
So how is it compared to the last unit?
It's hard to say because it's so new still.
Right.
So like it's like a lot to learn, but like my preceptor's so nice.
That's good.
And she's my primary preceptor for days, and she was like, you literally just have to like take it like day by day. Like she was like, there's so much information that like it's too much if you try and like think of everything all at once. And I started like by the 3rd day getting a little overwhelmed because there was just so much to learn and like I had only seen like up to a delivery and then like the delivery, but I hadn't done like the what's
post-care.
going on during the delivery
and
then like after yet really. So like we did that on Wednesday because our patient delivered like Wednesday at like 6 p.m. 6:03. A little baby girl again. But yeah, it's just so much. Oh, she showed me the ORs and everything, so I got to see that. But it was really great. Like and I got my first IV ever.
Oh my! Like you did it for the first time. Okay, how did it go? To somebody?
So on our like basically on like my old unit, like we didn't do our own like sticks. Like we obviously like give things through IVs. We're
gonna have to breeze past this one quick. I get wheezy. Sorry.
And like do, like stuff with central lines on my old unit, but like a lot of units you don't do your own sticks. Like you just don't. Like it's not a thing they even teach in nursing school anymore. So I never had done it before.
Yeah.
And then we were at work on what day was it? I think it was like Monday, and she was like I was asking her about like how is there like a class, and she was like, no, like literally you just learn it with me. So she let me practice on her.
Oh, she's brave.
And I got my first 2.
Oh my gosh.
I did 2 on her, and then the third one that I was trying to do that day was like a harder stick, so I didn't get the third one. But she was like, getting your first 2 is crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
So that was exciting because that was like,
I feel like as a nurse that's really hard because I'm somebody who's so afraid of needles and IVs. I've only had 1 IV ever.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I got it last year. And the first nurse tried doing, she's a little bit older. Like she really tried to get it. Yeah. And she couldn't get it on either arm.
Oh, no.
For her first
I'm like
tries.
trying to see if you have good vein. I can't really see her veins.
Yeah, I know. Well. And so then she, she was like, okay, let me get the younger nurse to come on over and help out. The younger nurse was great. She was telling me about her wedding. She was asking me about Italy when I went and like everything. And I'm sitting here freaking out, looking at my dad like, Dad, oh my gosh. And she's just trying to talk me through like whatever.
Yeah.
Making sure I'm distracted. And she did a really good job. I feel like as a nurse, you have to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Because people are so afraid.
For sure. Like, it's like you have to like help people kind of feel like relaxed during it. But yeah, it was really like fun to do because it was like they don't teach you in nursing school. Yeah, we're done. You're too queasy now.
I know.
But yeah, it was overall a great week.
Good, though.
A lot of learning, and then my like class from Friday was switched to like next week. So
that's nice.
I have off for like 4 days, which has been nice.
That's good.
Yeah, and then we'll get into our whole day yesterday. Yeah. But how was your week?
Well, I'd like to apologize, guys. Fells Fest is this weekend. Next weekend.
Tarah texted me, and she was like, "So, what's the plan like for today?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Tarah, it's next weekend."
I know. I was like, "Oops." But bummer because last weekend had such great weather, and so we're kind of holding out until the rain is gone, which looks like it's going away. Yeah. And it's gonna be sunny in a little bit, so I'm excited for that. But this past week honestly was just filled with work and everything. Went out this past weekend. It was good time. No complaints. All good vibes. Oh, I worked a lot this weekend. Actually, I didn't even go out, did I? I worked a lot. What am I saying? I'm lying. I did have a lot of work. It's busy season is nearing an end, and so things need to get out the door before the deadline.
Yeah.
But
it's almost over.
I know, thank God. It's been a hectic week with that. But either way, we went in on a Wednesday to work, and there were only like 3 or 4 staff in the office. So we all just left around 3:45.
Oh, nice.
Because everybody else wasn't busy except for me, and I was like, I can get this work done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't need to be done today because the work I'm doing right now has a deadline of like December.
Okay.
So like it wasn't something that's an IRS deadline of next week.
Yeah.
And so we went to a brewery in Hunt Valley, and
nice.
By the way, like, it was really, really awesome in there. Like, great vibes. It's called BC Brewery.
Oh.
And it's self-serve on tap. You put in your little card that's like, it's connected to your credit card, and then you do self-serve of whatever beer or you want, or they had their cocktails on tap as well, which was really cool. So I did mojitos. And they're pretty good. And then it's like a pretty large open concept space, and they had cornhole, darts, they had a stage for live music, a bunch of high top tables. It was like a great vibe inside. Nice. And then they did have a little bit of outdoor seating, but we didn't sit outside. And then I realized that they like put on so many events.
Oh my god!
So they had, when I went to the bathroom, there was like a sign for one that was like, come paint signs. So like signs that you could put on your door. It was like welcome or whatever. And then when we were there, they were doing a cornhole tournament.
What?
Yeah. So there was like a competitive one and a social one.
That's
so
funny.
There were people coming in like their cornhole uniforms.
Yeah.
And then some people coming just socially if you just wanted to hang out.
That's hilarious.
And, like, meet people. So it was great. Like, honestly, really good vibes. I loved it.
That's fun.
So that was probably like the highlight of my week. During the week. But yeah, I mean, everything went well, and then we made it to the weekend.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow. We had a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I just being in this whole new job, I'm like, I feel like it was you. Like, once again, like it is. And
it's fun. It's fun to get a new job.
And everybody, like, one thing I did want to say, everybody's been so nice.
Yeah, that's like, good.
Everybody, like, super friendly. Like, I can ask questions to like. No one seems like, who is it? Like, everyone's so nice.
That's good.
Yeah, my preceptor, and she's like friends with everybody, which kind of helps me come out of my shell because I'm with her. So it's like, and they're all like super close. They all threw this like little party because one of the nurses is getting married like in a week or so. Sweet. So they all brought food and like decorated the whole conference room. It was like bride and like all these balloons, and it was really cute. And
I love that.
She wore a sash and like a bride headband, like all shift.
Oh my god, that's like amazing.
Dying, but
that's the best energy. Like, you need that at your job.
Yes. Oh, and there's a lot of young nurses too, which I've been noticing. Like, a lot of people like younger that I feel like I don't know, like and like
they get the vibes.
They're all like a friend group too, so it's nice. But
that'll be fun too because you can go out with them. And,
exactly.
And it's probably mostly girls, so it's kind of fun.
It is.
You don't have to worry about like men at work trying to flirt with you.
Exactly.
I have that issue, but no, it's okay.
All right, should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Woo!
So we are going to chat about our Baltimore adventures. It was the Baltimore Ghost Tours.
It was so cool.
And essentially they put on these tours. I think mostly year round. Typically on the weekends. They're in Fells Point, and then our tour guide was telling us that the Mount Vernon ones only really happen around Halloween time. And we did the Mount Vernon one. I think we were saying we would love to do the Fells Point one as well, because you learn about the city as well as like the history of the city, as well as getting a little insight on the ghosts.
And especially with Mount Vernon, like, because we had never, like, I mean, I had never explored that area at all.
And it's pretty. It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. The architecture, and anyways, I'm just getting ahead of myself, but it was really interesting. And
we did the one that was like the pub walk ghost tour. So essentially, I think like the first 40 minutes, he kind of talked to us. We introduced ourselves, and we got like an insight on the first few ghosts. And then we pop into a bar. You get a drink, you hang out for 20 minutes, and then you start walking again, and he'll tell you more about other stops, other stories of ghosts, things like that. And then you repeat that 3 times. So it was awesome. Our tour guide did a great job. He was really good. He played the part
he did
really well. And I don't know, I just think it was fascinating. Like, what was your favorite part of it?
Oh God, there was so much.
Other than like the fun. So, okay, sorry. 1 second. So we did have a lot of fun. Like, the people that were on the tour with us were great.
It was, so we'll get like 8 to 10 people. I don't know.
Like I think like 10 to 15.
Oh, 10 to 15.
I feel like there's a 15 person cap, I think.
Oh, okay.
But either way, we can get into the fun parts and like kind of tell the story of our experience in a little bit. But let's go into like truly what the tour and what did you like from the tour itself?
Oh God, there was so much. I feel like I liked, like, I mean, it was all like spooky, but well, I did like hearing the first kind of stories that we were talking about, which was like the Gilded era, and then like the Victorian era, and basically there were like these two. Well, first he showed us like this one, I guess, building,
a mansion,
yeah,
essentially four row homes that like the wealthiest socialites in Baltimore in the 1800s, not tore down, but like knocked down in between and created one big mansion.
And it was this like woman, and she basically
ran Baltimore. He said
she did like, and it was funny. He was saying like if someone came up to her door and she had this little like peephole that she looked through, and if someone was dressed like not as nice or nicer than her, then she would say, oh, you have to change before you come in, because she had to be like she would send them home dressed.
And because she was in her home, she didn't want to have to change.
But
it was fascinating to hear her ghost stories. Because now it's the building is used as the engineering club of Baltimore, and you can host events and whatnot inside. But he was saying that some of the staff that work the events, like the caterers and things like that, will have like trays moving around. I don't know, like sometimes the doors will open randomly. It's very interesting.
It is. But and then basically across the street was this like Victorian era home, and it was like people weren't as showy at that point, so that's why it wasn't like as huge of a mansion. I mean, it was still beautiful and huge, but it was like he was saying like they toned it down a little bit, and that was really interesting. And I think that was where, like in the basement, he was saying like one of the ghost stories about that place was somebody was like working in the basement or whatever, kind of like trying to find things in the basement, and then I forget.
So the lady in that place, he was saying, so that one is now a Maryland social club. So he was saying during that time, it was very common for you to have a social club that you would go to. And so he was explaining it as that would be your place of, I got a little too drunk to go home, so I'm going to stay here. Or, oh, people are coming into town, we're going to bring them to our club. And I found it funny because he said a term, they call it clubbable. Like if you're clubbable, that means you're not enough to extend an invitation to join the club, but you would not be embarrassed for them to show up as your guest to the club. And I thought that was great.
That was great.
But the story of the lady, she was another socialite in Baltimore, just the next era of time. she now wants things her way.
Yes.
So if you're not working fast enough, like I think the story was that the staff in the basement wasn't moving fast enough, and she showed up and was like, you need to go get back upstairs, and then disappeared.
Yeah, it was like ash just like disappearing. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
And he said that he likes to think that they like to throw parties to kind of compete like the ghosts.
Like, oh, Einstein is coming to my house tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have Patrick Fitzgerald, whatever his name is, coming for lunch tomorrow. Like, how funny.
I feel like I liked like those stories a lot because it got like we got to see like how the architectures kind of matched the era. Yeah. And then how everything was kind of compared with like both groups, I guess, in different times.
And I think it gave really a little bit more history on Baltimore.
Yeah.
Whereas
I had no idea about like any of that. So
yeah, the next few ghost stories were kind of pinpointing more like creepy ghosts.
Yeah.
And just creepier stories.
Yeah, there was that one with like the apartment.
Yeah, and it really hit once it got dark too. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it was
I was like,
light
are you
out.
kidding me?
But then once it was dark and like eerie.
Like he brought out the eerie stories. Yeah. I was like, come on.
Oh, and why were there so many crows just like around?
Yeah. That was like, so cool.
This is like,
it was setting the vibe. There were a lot of crows just out and about.
Just like sitting on the building. There was like 20 of them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
what? Yeah.
Around the church and everything. Yeah. That church was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there was just so much history. I feel like. What
was
your
favorite
awesome part?
I don't know. I think I enjoyed seeing the homes as well.
Yeah.
I just think it was really good to hear the history of Baltimore as well as the ghost part of it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I think that our tour guide did a really good job of making sure we were all kind of into it, and I think it was great that he explained the different types of spirits and ghosts.
Oh, yes. It was like spirit, impressions, ghosts, or impression.
Yeah. And so it kind of set the tone of like who's who in the zoo, which ghost is what ghost, right?
Yeah.
Because not everything is a ghost. It can be a spirit or an impression.
And I liked how he got into how like certain ghosts or spirits are like there because they have unfinished business, or
they just were happy being
in Baltimore, and it's their favorite place and they never want to leave. Like, so like it depends on, I think like one, like, you know, there was a definition for each, but I thought that was really cool. Like thinking about all of that.
Yeah, it was very fascinating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I really enjoyed it.
Thing.
I would definitely say to go, especially if you're bringing somebody who's visiting. I think that, I mean, this is a good like family friendly activity if you're not doing the drinking one.
Yeah.
But if you're doing the pub walk tour, it's really fun to bring a friend who's visiting the city, because they get a gist of the history of Baltimore, some of the fun ghost stories, as well as seeing a few of the bars around.
And the
which
bars
is fun.
were so cool.
Yeah.
Like the first one was like kind of underground, and it had like these really pretty lights and like roses on the roof or on the ceiling, and it was just like really cute.
Yeah.
A cute like vibe. And then the other ones were like the same. Well, the second one was cool because it was like decorated for Halloween.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
It was like really spooky, and it was inside the Belvedere Hotel.
Yep.
Which is this like fancy, basically you're somebody if you stayed there back in the day, and
that was the only bar during the Prohibition era that was allowed to serve, because I guess Maryland was a state that because the Prohibition was a federal law, Maryland did not enact the law state and locally. So the owls in the bar, if the eyes were like solid or something, it'd be okay to drink, but if they were flashing, then that meant the feds were coming to like, invade the bar, like to like stop
get
drinking,
rid of your drink,
go home. So that was really like fascinating to learn, because I don't know, imagine a prohibition happening now.
I know.
What would happen?
Also, like, it was just beautiful in there.
Oh my
God,
I
could
stunning.
Not like it was.
And there was a wedding going on when we were there, and it was just really good to see like the entire space being used. I don't know, it was awesome.
Yeah. And then the last bar was cool too.
Yeah. It kind of was like diner-y, dive-y
also like
feel. It was really awesome.
All the restaurants and people outside and live music. I'm like, why is Mount Vernon so nice? I was like, I had no idea.
On the walk, like during our walk, I was taking pictures of the restaurants that I wanted to go to.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay,
there were
that's
a few
good.
of them, so we'll have to go check them out. Yeah.
We should go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
That was fun. Oh, and then of course, like we met these like really fun people.
Oh my gosh. So on our tour, there were a couple of 2 students, like, or new grads. They were so sweet and nice.
Yes.
Like, awesome. There was another couple. The wife had just moved down here for her job, and her husband was visiting until they're kind of like able to both come down here. And then there were 3 moms who were visiting from Connecticut, and they're going to the Billy Joel concert tonight at Camden Yards. And it was hysterical because they're about our mom's age.
Yes.
And it was just
we just
so
befriended
fun.
them.
Like, we literally befriended them. And then there's like another group of friends, but they kind of stuck to themselves.
Yeah. And they were just talking to us. Yeah. Then the one kept calling me her daughter.
It was hysterical.
It was so cute.
We wanted them to come out with us. Like, they were just such a good vibe. Like, this is going to be us when we're older. Yeah.
Oh, and then we told them about the pod, and they were like, "Oh my God, I'm taking a screenshot of this right now, and telling my kids to watch." Yeah.
Like, so hey, if you're listening.
So hey.
Yeah. But it was so fun. Like,
it was. They were like such a vibe too. They were like their outfits. I was like, they're cute.
Wait, when we showed up, I was like, these moms are
they were slaying. I was like, okay,
so fashionable. But I don't know, and like their hair and their makeup looks great too. I was like, damn, like okay, get it? Because if that were me, I don't know. I don't know if I could be like still getting into fashion that old. No, okay, they're not old, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Like in 30, that's like 30 years for us.
And the one mom's daughter's a nurse. We were like talking about nursing, and she knew someone that went to UD for nursing, so we were talking about that and the camp. It was nice.
It was fun.
They were like our friends.
They were, yeah.
So yeah, and then everybody else was super nice too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other people we met, but it was so fun.
It was a blast.
We went out yesterday too.
We had a night. Lauren was like, I need to change. And I was like, no. Like, we can just switch shoes. So it'll dress me down and dress you up.
Basically, what happened was I was wearing like a daytime vibe outfit.
And I was prepared to go out afterwards.
She had on her like boots and her all black and everything. Yeah. And then I had on like jeans, sneakers, and like a
fun
shirt.
top. Yeah.
But
it definitely was daytime
vibes. I had my like Lululemon belt bag. I was like, that's not
you
the
could have matched JJ.
And I was like, I have to change. And then the moms were laughing at me too. They were like, what's wrong with your outfit? I was like, I'm not going out in sneakers. No, it was funny, but I changed. And then we went to Canton. We went to Buff.
Yeah, we had a fun night. I mean, honestly, Kyle was texting me this morning. He goes, weren't really the like the twists and turns I thought were gonna happen last night, but I'm glad they did.
I know. I feel like so much happened.
Bestie Kyle,
Kyle, always coming through, just
literally
being there,
making life fun.
Like,
but
yes, but all the people we were with, I was like, it was just a night.
It was a night.
First, it was so dead. I was like, oh, I don't know if we'll stay here for very long, and then we stayed till close.
Yeah, literally. Oh, guys, I need to hear from our podcast listeners.
Stop.
Is hot yoga for a first date acceptable? Or not even acceptable,
yes or
but
no?
Would you do it?
Yes or no?
Yeah. Anyway,
comment.
Yeah. I'm going to make that a short so you guys comment for me, okay?
I'm dead.
Lauren. Just, I love Lauren's date stories. Maybe we'll do a whole 2023 dating wrapped.
Stop. Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Yeah,
we should. We honestly should. That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's been
a
wild ride.
But
yeah, so we're excited to go to Fells Fest today.
Yeah, I don't know, basically in my entire wardrobe is from Abercrombie and Fitch. But Abercrombie just opened in Harbor East, and it looks really great. So we're going to go check that out before we go to Fells Fest. See if we can find anything cute and fun that we haven't seen online or anything or in any other stores.
Yeah.
and I needed jeans, so I'm hoping they have
I
jeans.
want jeans too.
Yeah.
I still want those pants, those jeans you have, and I doubt they still have them.
Which
with
ones?
the like leather at the top.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Really?
Yeah, the ones I was wearing
I
yesterday.
want the black ones.
Yeah, the black ones.
Because I don't wear black jeans. Like I only wear like black like leather pants, and I need like some variety.
Yeah, and they're cute.
Yeah.
Kind of gives a little pizzazz to the pant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for our
spend
day.
too much money this week.
Yeah. Oh, and then not to mention, we're headed to Georgetown tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So Lauren's officially gonna meet Zoe, my
Finally.
bestie from kindergarten, and we're gonna go to
Zoe.
literally. We're gonna do the Georgetown Flea and
so
head
excited.
over to brunch. So stay tuned for all of our updates next week on what we do and
our weekend,
all of our weekend plans and all that fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening. Another great episode. We're on season 3.
I know. Shout out to all of you guys who have been listening. I'm glad to see we're gaining a little mini following. I feel like these are our people. It's fun.
No.
I would love to hear you guys' comments on like what you guys want to hear.
Yeah, episode ideas, topic ideas.
Yeah.
So.
And just your thoughts on 2 brunettes in Baltimore.
Yes. Well, thanks for watching, guys. You can catch us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and stay positive and have a great week.
Yeah, baby. Cheers.